What's up, y'all? So we back down here to talk about Married to Medicine, child. The people gave us another great episode, so I'm gonna review it. I'm sitting in the car today, child, because I got some things to do, but I want to give y'all this video real quick. So the episode starts out with, you know, they showing the little clips of everybody, but the main two people that are talking is Quad and King, and Dr. G and Sweet Tea are both in their own rooms, you know, and they're talking about what happened the night before. Dr. G says that he's gonna apologize to Sweet Tea, but he's not gonna apologize about how he felt or whatever. Quad thinks that Dr. G is jealous, or yeah, basically, well, jealous or in his feelings or whatever about her and her new man. Sweet Tea, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Anyway, so after that, Dr. Mimi, or during the same time, whatever, we don't know how this actually happened in real time, but Toya and Dr. Eugene and Dr. Mimi and Steve, they going out to brunch or whatever. They talking. I really like Dr. Mimi and Steve. Like, I definitely want to see them come back for another season, like some more season. Like, I would like to see them be full time with the other couples. Like, I like Dr. Mimi's energy. I think that is psychologist. I don't want to call her the wrong thing, but you know, I think that type of doctor is definitely needed in the group, because that's what Dr. G is supposed to be. But that man is, I don't know who would go lay on Dr. G's couch and ask him for advice, and he can't even get his own life under control. He can't control his own emotions. Allegedly, he likes to put hands on women and be controlling. Allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly again. You know what I'm saying? But it's been said several times. Even his own current wife, Sweet Tea, said the man was controlling. So, yeah, I don't know who would let Dr. G counsel them or give them any advice. I don't know. But I like Dr. Mimi. I think she's a great addition to the show, and I think it's going to be funny seeing her analyze the women. And, like, I think with her being educated in it, like, she can give better advice or try to help maneuver through situations better. Like, I just want to see her on the show. I would like to see her definitely in the group, like, all the time. And Audra, y'all need to bring Audra back. I think Audra was a great addition. I think her and Dr. Mimi would be great. No shade, but after the way this season is going, I wouldn't be surprised if Sweet Tea and Dr. G didn't come back, and I wouldn't be mad if they didn't come back either. So if they don't come back, and we know Phaedra not coming back, the two empty spots, I think y'all should give Dr. Mimi, in my opinion, should be main cast. And either Dr. Contessa or Audra. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe make both of them friends of. I don't know. But I feel like Dr. Contessa is a friend of, but I feel like she got a lot of confessionals. Like, Dr. Contessa, in my opinion, I thought, just off looking at the season and not the opening credits, I really would have thought that lady was full time. Like, she has been a lot in the show, honestly, more than Phaedra. What was I saying? So Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Simone, and Dr. Jackie in the room, I guess, getting dressed for the day, and Dr. Heavenly tells them that she invited Apollo. They looking at her like, girl, you crazy, this is about to be a mess. And they're absolutely correct. It's about to be a mess. And I want to know why everybody's saying Dr. Heavenly. I ain't gonna say she's not wrong. I mean, I'm not gonna say she's not wrong for inviting Apollo, but I'm just trying to figure out why people trying to act like she blindsided Phaedra with it, because she definitely told Phaedra. And I feel like if Phaedra would have put her foot down, then Apollo wouldn't have been there, whether it was with Heavenly or the production. Like, if Phaedra would have said, I don't want him there, I think Dr. Heavenly probably would have said, well, let me hit Apollo back up and tell him not to come, you know, whatever. I don't think she would have brought him anyway. But if she did try it, Phaedra, I'm sure if you would let the production know that you didn't want him there, they would not have let him come. But at the same time, you're riding a slippery slope because you invited him to the reunion last year. So you brought him into this group of people. I mean, he's saying he already knew some of the people, but you brought him to film on the show with this group of people when you brought him to the reunion last year, and now you looking crazy because they're inviting him to a couple trip. I think it was unnecessary to invite him on a couple trip, but I feel like Dr. Heaven and probably some of the rest of the girls feel like you are not giving anything, so we finna throw some gas on your fire over here so you can you know, go up, because we gotta get something. What else is it? The group. Okay, so everybody getting ready. They head to the sandbar. They get on the boat to head to the sandbar. Everybody's coupled up. They having drinks. Everybody like they having a good time. Like it looked like it was lit. Like they dancing. Baby King apparently is the bartender. King getting everybody to take shots. Like King was walking around with a Hennessy bottle. Yeah, he told Curtis, you gotta take 2 shots because your wife not taking them. I'm liking this younger energy. Sweet Tea kept talking about she trying to bring the younger energy to the show, but I feel like it's Dr. Mimi and Steve and King and Quad that bring the younger energy. Like Sweet Tea, in my opinion, she kind of don't fit in, but they was trying to, you know what I'm saying, like King got her to take a shot with him, like, and Dr. Scott said that, you know, they was, I guess they was like they little peace offering, like we're gonna take a shot together. What's going on, you know, I guess the arguments and when Quad and Dr. G talk about the past, that was before our time, so, you know, we ain't got nothing to do with that, and we not gonna get into it based off of them, you know, going back and forth or having, you know, conversations about the past, because why would we get into it? That was before, you know, us anyway. Like that ain't got nothing to do with neither one of us, whatever happened in, you know, that relationship. So everybody seemed to be having a good time. Then Apollo starts spilling tea. He starts to tell Quad that Shaq, I almost forgot his name, but Shaq is his friend and he's confused, like he don't know what's going on. Child, it's a mess. So they make it to the sandbar. Shout out to them though. I think that is overall black excellence. 8 black doctors. Everybody is black and successful on the boat. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know what I'm saying, what Shaq does. I don't know what he do. Nobody really said, but I'm sure he's a successful guy because Phaedra said, you know what I'm saying, he so anyway, long story short, it's a lot of everybody's black and successful on the boat, like majority of them being doctors. Steve, NFL player, Quad man, a black business owner, you know, everybody just successful on the boat. You know, they got, you know what I'm saying, they got some monions, and you know, they just black excellence. So I wanted to give a shout out to them. Like, love to see black excellence on TV. All black TV shows like are not about, you know what I'm saying, just, I guess, I hate to say it like that, but just poor uneducated people who do anything for a check, or like cut up, you know what I'm saying, and just make fools of themselves. Like, these are really successful people in real life, you know what I'm saying. I feel like they're giving us entertainment. I feel like they do turn up for the camera sometimes, but they're successful whether they were on this show or not. They were going to be successful people in life. Now Phaedra said that that's Apollo and that's her ex-husband and his mistress. She said that Shireen was, I didn't watch all of the Housewives. I may have watched maybe like a total of 5 seasons of the Housewives, but it was like sporadic. Like, I might have watched one of the early seasons. I definitely did see that season when Phaedra had accused Candy of that stuff. I saw that. I don't know if I saw the whole season, but I remember watching that reunion and seeing Candy storm off the stage. So I seen that. Like, I watched bits and pieces, but I haven't watched it as a whole. So apparently I must have missed that. One's been one of the seasons I didn't watch, but was Shireen the mistress? I mean, based off the flashback clip, the receipts are receiving Shireen, girl. I don't know. But Phaedra said that that she was pregnant with her youngest son, and Apollo was having an affair with Shireen, child. Whew, child. So they get to the sandbar. I'm trying to go by my notes. Some of it is flowing off the dome, so I'm having to skip over some notes. It's like, oh, I already said that, because I had to take notes during the episode so I can make sure I say everything that I need to say. Y'all, they get to the sandbar. Why Toya fall? Toya is gonna fall. But one thing, I'm trying to, I don't know if she had a drink in her hand or something like, but y'all remember that time Toya, I went with it in New Orleans when Toya fell off that bus, the steps of that little bus they was on, but Toya ain't dropped that drink though. Toya said, I'm gonna need this drink after I done did this fall, but you know, Toya gonna have a little fall, but she was okay, which was good. Dr. Jackie out there strutting down the beach, child. Dr. Jackie looks good. That lady is in her, what, early 60s. Dr. Jackie's body goes like, or goes all together. A successful black woman. You got the money. You look good at 60-some years old. Like, she was strutting down the beach in a bikini at 60-some years old. Go, Dr. Jackie. And I was here for the girls hyping her up. Go, Dr. Jackie. You looked it really good. The men are over there chatting it up. They having fun together. They talking about sports and whatnot. Steve asking Apollo how he, you know, I guess know the group of people or whatever. And when I tell you, Apollo is telling them everything except the fact that he's Phaedra's ex-husband. He said he know Dr. Damon and Dr. Heavenly. They're his friends. And then he said that he know Quad, and I think he like pointed at King, and I feel like King was looking like, I just met you today. I think he was just trying, Apollo was just trying to make it make sense without saying that Phaedra was his wife at one point. You know, that's his ex-wife now. But he was trying to make it make sense, and okay, the Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon, I guess you could say it kind of makes sense, but I really don't, I think Quad and Apollo may have been around each other, like know of each other, you know, stuff like that. But King, I don't think King know that man like that for him to be like, yeah, I know them and them. Yeah, I might have seen you around or something, but that I wouldn't have invited you on this trip just because, you know what I'm saying, I seen you at a mutual friend's party once or twice. Like, yeah. Anyway, Dr. G decides to do push-ups. Okay, that's a little weird. You know, nobody else is doing push-ups, but Dr. G decided to show them that he could do 25 push-ups. Dr. G, what you trying to do? You was trying to show King that you was fit enough, that if y'all need to go toe-to-toe, that you know, that you wasn't just an out-of-shape old man? I don't know. That's what I was getting from it. So, Dr. G and King started to talk to each other. Dr. G tells King that he was talking to Quad last night when he said to shut the F up. I said, oh, it's finna go left. Yeah, Dr. G, you should just shut up and not told that man that, like, you shouldn't have never said that to Quad. Like, I feel like you escalated the argument and it wasn't necessary. I definitely feel like Sweet Tea and Quad were having a little go back and forth, but it wasn't that serious. Like, it was like a little, it was really just like them kind of like shading each other, like a little light shade. Like, it wasn't OD Quad, like, yeah. So for you to, oh, you got a big mouth and you need to shut the F up, I think Dr. G definitely went too far, said too much. Like, all that wasn't called for. Like, you threw gasoline. Like, you just threw gasoline on it. It wasn't even a real fire. Like, you threw gasoline and the match on it, Dr. G. But to tell King that and think that this finna go normal after this is, yeah. So meanwhile, Shaq is over there talking to the women. They question him about how he knows Shireen and this and that. He's getting sassy with Toya. Like, I don't know, that little back and forth with him and Toya was funny to me. And bobbing his little neck. I said, okay, shit. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. My notes got a little off a little bit. Okay. Okay. And then Apollo and Shaq end up having a little back and forth because he said that Shaq told him he was going on a speed date, but he didn't tell him he was going on a speed date with his ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? So Apollo feeling some type of way because I guess that was supposed to be his friend. Like they was, you know, good friends apparently, to the point where y'all must talk a lot, because, you know, if you're associates or, you know, not too close of friends with somebody, like I wouldn't know their day-to-day. Like something like a speed dating event would probably get, you know what I'm saying, like I wouldn't know, but right before you went to like that's a close friend, like you be on the phone with your close friend, or maybe even with them getting dressed, like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the speed dating event. Like it gives they're pretty close in my opinion. But yeah, we was just surface level friends or associates. You may or may not find out about it, and if you do, it's probably almost a month later. Like, yeah, I went to a speed dating thing like early January. Meanwhile, it's February. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my opinion. So Shireen over there spilling the tea to the girls that Shaq is for the streets, and all this stuff, and Phaedra and Shireen get into a back and forth. Phaedra called her bad build. Phaedra said all kind of stuff to Shireen. I'm sorry, that was funny, Phaedra. That was funny. Oh my god. Phaedra was just saying all kind of stuff to that lady. And while, you know, then her and Apollo start going back and forth. Apollo, she's like, why you so worried about who I date? And then at that point, Shaq gets Phaedra's hand. He like tells her, you know, like, come on. So they walk off. They going down the beach or wherever they going. And then next thing we know, T and Dr. Heavenly get into it. T start asking Dr. Heavenly why she invite Apollo, and start like trying to check Dr. Heavenly. And in the midst of this, Dr. Heavenly starts responding. Dr. Heavenly, I don't know who said what first, but Dr. Heavenly called T a boot mouth B. Boot mouth, like Dr. Heavenly just be saying anything. Boot mouth B. You know what? You know what? And then Sweet Tea, what she call her? A wide back, razorback, something. Sweet Tea. They over there calling each other all kind of names. Yeah, Phaedra told Shireen her name ain't Faye Faye. Bad build, whatever. These people, baby, they was coming at each other's neck on this episode. It was funny. So go back to the guys talking. King wants to talk to Dr. G one-on-one. He tells him, if you got anything, you know, if you need to address something, say it to me. If you don't like some card, say it to me. Dr. G not trying to hear it because, in my opinion, he used to saying whatever he want to say to Quad, and he ain't used to hearing that back. Like, yeah, him and Quad might get into it, but he's not used to somebody standing up on behalf of Quad when he started talking crazy to her. So, I think Dr. G was trying to put King in his place. Like, this my ex-wife. I'm used to talking to her crazy, and I'm gonna do and say what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you need to stay in your place. Like, and I think that's just my opinion. I think Dr. G think that he can still say whatever he wants to say to Quad and just disregard King. You know what I'm saying? Like, he think he can still talk to Quad crazy. Like, Quad is not your wife anymore. You shouldn't have been talking to her crazy like that, or doing crazy stuff to her when you were married to her. But you definitely, if you think you're gonna say it now when she has another guy with her, and that he's just gonna sit there and watch the man that he knows that used to abuse his current girlfriend, you think he's gonna sit there and watch you talk crazy to her knowing that you were abusive to her? You know what I'm saying? Even if you weren't, like, nobody's gonna let their current person's ex talk to them crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna say a man's not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. So yeah, Dr. G, I guess he think he can talk to Cord any type of way with no repercussions, and he trying to figure out like why King saying something to him. And in my opinion, when Dr. Heavenly and Sweet Tea was getting into it, you know, I guess a while back on Twitter, Instagram, you know, they had a couple arguments and whatnot. Dr. G went to Dr. Damon to address the situation and to get Dr. Damon to, you know, say something to Dr. Heavenly to, you know, get the situation under control. Dr. G would not have went to Dr. Heavenly and said, you got a big effing mouth, you need to shut the F up. He wouldn't have done that because he know Dr. Damon was gonna come at him. So why doesn't he understand that when he said something like that to Quad, that her man is gonna have a problem with that? Like, he wouldn't have said that to none of the other women on the show. He wouldn't have said it to Toya. He wouldn't have said it to Dr. Simone, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Contessa, Dr. Mimi, because he knew if you got out of line with these women, their husband is going to come at you. He wouldn't have said, no, shut the F up, you got a big effing mouth. He would not have said that to them other women. I don't care what y'all say. He said it to Quad because he was comfortable doing and saying stuff to Quad. Like, I don't know if he having flashbacks to when they was married, but I think he was saying anything he wanted to say to Quad. And at that time, it was nobody, like, if they was in the house arguing, it was just the two of them. So it was nobody there to stop him or defend her. Or even if they were out in public and got into an argument, I feel like people weren't gonna get too much into it because they're a married couple, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, as long, I guess, I don't think he probably would put his hands on her in front of nobody. He probably just kept it behind closed doors. But he talking crazy, I think he would talk crazy to her in front of people. And, you know, somebody be like, oh, gee, you know, just chill, man, you know. But it's like, that's your wife, I can't do or say but so much, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think he thought that he still had that, you know, authority or whatever, and he found out quick. King said, no, I ain't going for it. So y'all say whatever y'all want to say about King. King was standing up for his woman. That's my thoughts, that's my opinion. Because who finna sit there and watch that happen to that woman by their abusive ex-husband? Like, I don't understand. And then so they going back and forth, and King like trying to let him know, like, yeah, if you need to say something, say it to me. So Greg gonna say, I figured that's how you, I figured you was like that because I know how your girl is. And King said, I will F you up. And while this is being said, people coming in between them, it went from 0 to 100 real quick. Next thing we know, we see Quad running in that direction saying like, no, no, no. Like, I guess you can tell it's been a fight. T break loose from Phaedra and morphs into Sha'Carri Richardson, Flojo, or somebody, and sprints across that beach. Sweet Tea, I want you to get better fitting stuff because the spillage in combination with you sprinting like Flojo and Sha'Carri Richardson, I'm worried. You know what I'm saying? You might have a Dr. Heavenly moment and everything just fly out. Like, girl, hold your suit. Like, you need to hold that top together while you running because we don't want it to fly out. I hope Sweet Tea finds more flattering outfits that fit her cleavage because, yeah. So then they show the camera. King is charging at Greg and Shaq is in the middle, child. This is finna be a mess. This is finna be a mess. So, to sum it up, this is just my thoughts on the whole Quad, King, Dr. G, Sweet Tea situation. I think Dr. G has another side that peeks through the cracks sometimes, and he don't have that. He has this energy towards women that he don't have towards men. Like, he was in the confessional saying like, Heavenly, you know what I'm saying, like Dr. Heavenly be, you know, doing stuff like we, you know what I'm saying, like he be saying it. But when he got to Dr. Damon, like Dr. Eugene had to basically tell Dr. Damon that, oh, Dr. G still feeling some type of way, maybe y'all should talk, blah blah blah. And it's like, well, you know, he kind of standoffish. He don't really want to, you know, he probably not gonna approach you about it. So you're standoffish to men, like you act like you was kind of timid to approach Dr. Damon about what Dr. Heavenly said, but you didn't have a problem putting your hands on Quad, allegedly. I'm gonna keep saying allegedly, but you know, go watch season 6 reunion. I can't remember what part it was, but it was definitely season 6 reunion when Quad had that blue dress on. And yeah, and there's clips floating around TikTok, Twitter of that reunion of what she said happened and what he also said happened. So yeah, I feel like Dr. G, don't be scared to fight King. You talking about you a doctor and blah blah blah. You didn't care about you being a doctor when you was over there dragging Quad through the house. Because if Quad had called the police on you after you drug her through the house, ruined her knee, what you did, ripping TVs off the wall, you wouldn't worry about your doctor reputation then. But now you worry about your doctor reputation because the cameras are up and a man is approaching you. And now you don't want to fight, but you weren't scared to fight Quad. So why you scared to fight King? You weren't scared to put hands on Quad. So, you know what I'm saying? If you cared about your doctor reputation so much, you would have been a decent husband. Or let's play with your narrative. If Quad was the aggressor, why would you put your career at risk like that? If you were a man with a great career and you realize you have a woman who likes to antagonize and start fights with you, why wouldn't you divorce? Not even marry her in the first place. If you care so much about your reputation and you were worried about it, why wouldn't you not marry her in the first place? Or like everybody keeps saying, you still wanted to marry, so you like the toxic. I feel like you were the toxic for the most part. So yeah, I don't know, Dr. G. Like I said, I'm just playing with that narrative. If she was the aggressor, if you are this doctor who cares about your reputation and keeping your reputation clean, you would have cut ties with somebody who was putting you at risk. Just like you didn't want no smoke with King because you felt like that was about to put your reputation at risk. Anyway, yeah, Dr. G, how about you try King like you tried Quad? Like how you drug Quad through the house and ruined her knee. Try it with King and let's see how that works out for you. Sweet Tea girl, you in danger. In my opinion, Sweet Tea, she a little feisty herself, and ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, you have to stand up for yourself sometimes, even though Sweet Tea, it can be annoying because it's only so many times I'm gonna stand up for myself before I realize this is not a situation I need to be in. I don't have to be in this situation, so I'm not gonna keep going back and forth, arguing with people or fighting with people. Like, I don't have to be here. Like, that's with anything, like, no shade, but you could be out here by yourself. You don't have to deal with nobody. If everybody is mean or antagonizing you, you know, whatever, like, I'm not finna keep arguing with people that have people in my life. I'd rather be a loner and have peace than to argue every day just to have 4 or 5 friends or just people in my life. But anyway, Sweet Tea got a little feistiness to her. And Sweet Tea, I just want to say you in danger, girl, in my opinion, because Dr. G don't like that. Dr. G wants someone mild-tempered and naive that he can control, and I think you are that for the most part, but I do think you got this little kick of feistiness, and I want to see how this is gonna work out since he want to say Quad was the aggressor. I ain't trying to be funny. I think some stuff gonna at some point is probably gonna boil over in that household because Greg got a little attitude. Sweet Tea can be feisty. Like, I don't know what's. I think, you know, I don't know. Like how Quad and Dr. G had got the mug shots, like Sweet Tea and Dr. G might end up with some mug shots too, because Dr. G is still the same man, and Sweet Tea, I think she does put up with a lot, but I think at some point Sweet Tea does get fed up and she let her little feistiness out. Now she let it out on the women, but I think at some time or another she gonna get fed up enough and let it out on him, and it might end up with them having mug shots too. And then we're gonna see who's really the problem. Yeah, it's things probably gonna get really explosive, or they might already be explosive over there in Quad old house. We don't know. I think Sweet Tea is being willfully ignorant because about the abuse that happened between Dr. G and Quad, because he's her husband now, and she don't want to look like a fool for marrying a man that's been accused of being abusive to his ex-wife. But that's what you signed up for. You slid in the man DM saying you could give him what he want, a baby. So you saw that he was begging Quad for a baby on TV. You can't convince me that you didn't watch the show, because if that's what you led in with, that's your first thing you said to that man in DM was like, I can give you what you want with a baby emoji. Then that lets me know that you watched that show. You said, oh, Quad won't give him a baby, I give him what he want. I don't know what in anybody's right mind would see Quad and Dr. G relationship on TV when they were married and think, oh, I'm gonna slide in this man DM. Girl, Sweet Tea, what was it? What was it? The abuse allegations, him burning out in the Mini Cooper, the little squeaky voice. What was it? They just said, ooh, Dr. G is the one. I don't know, Sweet Tea. Or was it the fact that if you got with him, you could get a little access to the money, and you thought all he wanted was a baby, and you thought Quad was just a fool because she wouldn't give the man a baby, not knowing all that she went through? If it was that simple, if Dr. G was a good man, Savannah, and all he wanted was a baby, you think Quad wouldn't have gave it to him? Or did, you know what I'm saying? If he was just this great man, Savannah, I think Quad would have still been with that man, because y'all say Quad never wanted Dr. G. I think y'all are going off of appearance wise, because y'all probably think, yeah, it don't make sense for a woman like Quad to want a Dr. G. But I think, I ain't gonna say, I don't know, but I think Quad did love her ex-husband at some point, and was in, I ain't gonna say in love, but she loved him on a deeper level. That's what I'm gonna say. And I feel like that's why she's still going through and hurt. And because I feel like if you didn't already want a man, then he started putting hands on you and abusing you, what else would there to be to stay? If I'm just here with, I'm not here with you for nothing else but the money. And she said he was stingy with the money. He paid the household bills. You know, it's a clip going around. He paid the household bills, but he thought that love was just about paying the household bills. Like, it seemed like he wasn't sharing a lot of money with her. It seems like, you know, she wanted more time and effort and stuff, and he just like, well, I pay these bills. Like, he kept saying with his little squeak, I pay these bills. Ain't that what women want? Y'all want a man to pay the bills? That's not all. Nobody, girl, that's not all. You get a man to pay the bills, but he won't take the trash out. He dragging you around the house. He's jealous of you. He's controlling. Like, what? Anyway, yeah, T, we could see the other side of Dr. G peeking through the cracks, and somebody go around there and check on that. If any of y'all know Sweet Tea in real life, I don't think abuse is funny at all, but due to the fact of what happened in his past marriage, allegedly, all of this is what I'm saying is alleged. Due to what happened in his past marriage, I think if you are a friend or family member of Sweet Tea, you should keep tabs on her, just check on her and things, because there's no telling what is going on in that house over there. Yeah, and that's just all. This is my opinion, and allegedly. Don't come in my comments defending Dr. G though. Go to another channel that support him if that's your outlook on the situation. I said what I said. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on the episode. So we're gonna see what happened next week, cause I want to see what all happened, cause y'all keep cutting it off. At this point, y'all gonna drag out next week too. We ain't gonna get to see what happened. Did Dr. G and King make contact? Were fists, you know what I'm saying, did any punches or hits connect? It looks like Sweet Tea and Dr. G left the trip, because, you know, it was just the rest of the couples there, and I think Phaedra left as well. So yeah, y'all gotta move the story on along next episode. But yeah, thank y'all for watching my thoughts on the Married to Medicine episode, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.